Good day, everyone. How are you? Not that anyone will be in at the moment, but just in case you're watching this as a replay. There's quite a bit of echo in here, Michelle. Yeah, might just step out of the atrium a little bit. A gorgeous day down at the Rose Gardens here, and there's a lot of volunteers here today working. Hey, Kelly. Says I've got all the volunteers doing. It's a voluntary sort of rose garden, and we just come to have a little chat, a little catch up, say hello, find out what you're all doing, answer some questions. Who's in? Let me go out into the sun a little bit. What a gorgeous day. It actually was pretty overcast. Hey, Jan. The roses are in bloom. I think the last time I came to Mornington, the rose gardens, it was just all green bushes, but the roses are actually in bloom. So we just thought it's quite nice. Hey, Cyberdoc, long time no chat. Whoops, I won't do it with that hand, it goes in front of the camera. So we've been down here filming, just doing a little bit of a vlog for tomorrow. I think we'll probably put it up if I get it edited okay. And I mentioned in the blog this yellow shirt. Hi, Petri. Michelle's here. Look, she's just.
Hi, everybody.
She's under the shade. We're staying in the shade. It's a warm day. It's going to be a hot day. Anyone in Australia? It's going to be a scorcher today, so I hope you're jealous. It's gorgeous out today. I don't know if you can see how blue the sky is, but it doesn't look that blue, does it? So, and Kelly, you were saying the other day you had a blood moon, I think. We had just a full moon. I think also they had a blood moon in the US as well, right? We had a what I think was a blood moon on Cape Leveque. One night I got up at like 4 o'clock in the morning because there was a bit of a storm going, and the moon above that was actually dropping down into the ocean at Cape Leveque. I think I put a video of it somewhere on the channel. Was bright red. I mean, like a orangey red, should I say? And it was just dropping like a great big orb into the ocean, into the Indian Ocean. Very pretty. So I think you might have got from the previous video that we're selling the Jeep. We've actually sold the Jeep. Can't believe it. We put that Jeep, we advertised it, we sort of took a price that we thought was fair. You know, we went to the sort of middle point. And I thought, you know, if it doesn't go early on, we might have to drop it a little bit. And the first guy that came to look at it sort of almost bit my hand off trying to. He did negotiate a little bit, but he actually was so keen. I think he was 100% down. So it's one of the things I think with a car that's got an unusual colour and it looks really unusual, that if somebody really wants it, there isn't the choice out there. You know, if you go and have a look at several cars and there are 3 grey ones, 1 black one and a white one, and 1 yellow one, you want yellow, you're just going to go for it. So obviously he was super stoked, and we're really happy because he was a really nice guy, and had a young daughter, and he's going to go to a good home. But it was also a little sad. I think both Michelle and I were a little sad to sort of say goodbye to the little yellow Jeep, because it's taken us all around Australia. I'll try and film a little montage of some of the trips we've done. I actually might try and do some extra little B-roll footage. What are you all up to? Share some comments. And also I did say in, let me get out in the sun, get a bit of sun, have a little walk around these roses, they're so pretty. I did say that we're going to Japan. We're going to be leaving Australia on a big tour, and we will be going to Japan and Korea and a few other places. I'll take suggestions, but we're not going to be looking to go to places that we've been before. More so, we're looking to go to some places we've either been very briefly and didn't really get a great, great feel for because we were only there for a short time, or we're going to go to places we haven't been before. And we haven't been to Japan, and we haven't been to Korea, and I'm super stoked, super excited to be going to these two countries. There's another country I'm keeping secret, just to sort of, at least, at least give you some surprises. There's another country we're going to before either of those two countries. And oh man, that is going to be so cool. So keep them peeled. Now, also, hi Caroline. Just quickly, while I've got your attention, what's the safest way to smuggle someone out of? Huh. So the video yesterday was just, to me, was one of those videos where you just put it up because you feel you should, but I wasn't sure. See, I watch a few YouTubers and I actually watch them do the most mundane things. They're just sort of showing their lives and going around. But when I make a video like that, I always feel a little bit like, oh, I can't really share this. It feels like nobody would want to watch it. Don't you start sending me messages on Instagram, Kelly, every time I go live. Stop it.
She's sending you the pictures.
I know. You're a bad girl. Because it beeps on my phone. I'm going to have to turn it off somehow. So yeah, I put up a video like that, and I always think, does anybody want to watch that? And yet people do watch it. I know the numbers are a lot lower, but people do watch it. So you are bad, Kelly. Last time I went live, you were sending me messages, and it goes on my phone because I'm live on my phone, and it goes bum bum. I don't mind. I forgive you. It's not a big issue. But so yeah, I put up a video, and it's just what Michelle and I are up to, and people, I think you like it. If you do like it, I will do more. It's just getting my confidence up, really, to think that anybody could care whether or not we walked, around the Rose Gardens here in Mornington, or got on a bus in North Korea, South Korea. There's hundreds of volunteers here today. They're all deadheading the roses, cutting, pruning, trimming. It's a really concerted effort. There's lots. If I had a little look, I can see probably close to 30 volunteers. Most of them are in sort of fluorescent vests. So yeah, even if you're watching this afterwards, do you like the videos? And I think I've got to build my confidence up and put those videos up. So we're gonna practice this week, do a few more extra videos. It'll just be for you, special few that are watching now, that the people that really like everything that Michelle and I are up to. And look at these roses. Can you see that? It's a sea of roses. I'll take you up to see the didgeridoos. There's some didgeridoos up here. I'm sure at some point somebody's going to So yes, do let me know if you've watched the video yesterday where we sold the Jeep. Let me know if you like that video, whether or not it was something you enjoy. There's a little tea room up here, I think, where all the volunteers can go and have sort of tea. I think if I were living in a community like this, I'd get involved with this. Would you, Michelle?
Yeah, absolutely.
Kind of fun.
Yeah, because the kids are still on school holidays, so they're running around too. It's cool. Caroline says, love your videos.
Thank you, Caroline. Michelle's read that for me. I've actually got my reader glasses under my sunnies so I can see, but it makes it harder. You know what it's like if you've got readers on, you're walking around, everything's blurred. But it's so bright today that everything looks pretty. So we just thought we'd go live today. We've come up here to get some B-roll footage for a video for tomorrow, where we rescue a little dog for a lady, or try to. What are you seeing, Michelle?
Oh, just the found or recovered roses are there.
So these are found or recovered roses. What did it say there, Michelle?
It says, the roses in this bed are a small selection of roses being rescued from old farms, gardens, cemeteries and nurseries around Australia. They've not been identified and they've been given study names. They have been propagated from the David Wisdom Rose collection in Renmark, but are not commercially available.
So,
And nameless.
Nameless roses. And over here is the Oak Hill Gallery. And there used to be, I haven't been up here for a year or two, used to be some didgeridoos growing back here. They've been planted, so they might be a little bigger. They were quite small when I came here last time. Oh yeah, look at these. How well have they grown?
Just some little ones.
Still got some little digis there. Whoop, noisy truck. So there's where, for those of you that don't know, that's how the didgeridoos like to grow, underneath the shade of a cooliebar tree. They come up quite nice, haven't they? Natural markings, all natural. Am I teasing you?
So Byron says, hi Steve, those pink roses remind me of either Thumbelina or Beauty and the Beast.
Yes, the roses in the candelabras, or was it the candelabras? Little candelabras that used to, they have roses in them. The smell here is really lovely. Just here, you've got some of those old English scented roses, really sort of deep smell like rose oil. That is really nice. Look at this standard rose here.
Yeah, I like that.
Look at that one. That is really pretty. I mean, it's probably a little bit past its prime. There's a lot of dead heads on there.
Had a lot of heat, don't we?
Hi, Boda. How are you? And look at these roses. So they've all got, if you have a look, I'll just show you while you're all here. So Morris of Trillo. So they've all got names, so you can come to a place like this. Oh, hang on, Michelle's just gonna look at the colours, the variegated colours of that.
And that one.
And then there's oh, careful, Michelle. She's gone and you can let go and I can go in there because you're going to get spiked.
But they're on the same plant, so they must go from that colour to that colour.
Yeah, they could be, sorry, I'll just turn you around. They could be grafted on. They might be different roses, because you can graft roses. You can take a little grafting for those of you that know. Oh, look at this orange over here. I love this sort of rich. Have a look at this one. Get the colour, get the spider out of the way. There's a little web there as well.
Big web.
Big web, is it?
Yeah, it's still there, look. Oh, you've
It's
got it.
pulling. I'm pulling it. Oh, I actually got. It's like a. So Bodo, I was just saying about the videos that we made. The sort of video we made yesterday, Bodo. I don't know if you watched it, about whether or not we were going to sell the Jeep. We genuinely had no idea at the beginning of that video whether the Jeep was going to sell or not. And then literally the first guy that came to see it made us a good offer and it was gone. Well, actually it hasn't gone. It'll still be with us for a week or so, because in Australia when you sell a car here, you have to get what's called a roadworthy certificate, even if the car's virtually brand new. It's a certification of safety, and you have to book that in and go and do it. And there's some other paperwork. And do you know we have to pay tax as well on every second-hand sale of a car? So a car throughout its life, when you buy it, you pay tax, and when you sell it, the government get tax again, and then sell it and sell it and sell it right the way to the end of days. That thing is getting taxed
Every time it's bought.
every time purchase and sell. So that has to be done.
So Harold Van Arkel said, my kids would eat all the rose petals.
Well, rose petals are good. I quite like candied rose petals. You can take little rose petals and put them into powdered sugar and make little. Oh, I've gone out of focus. What's happened there? Hello, I'm back again. So well, if they like eating rose petals, here's the place, because you could actually, I think this is probably one of the few places you could put weight on eating rose petals, because there are thousands. I love these ones here. This is what are really sort of, what do you call them, tea roses, pretty little loose petals, and usually, let's have a, usually quite a good smell. I'll have a little smell. Oh no, that's not a strong smell, but it's a little tiny bit sweet. Hey Tammy, just having a wander. Yo, we've got big news. We're actually leaving Australia soon. We don't plan things very well, Michelle and I, but we are leaving Australia soon for a bit of a world tour, a bit of a whirlwind tour again. And the only place I'm willing to say at the moment we are going to is Japan and Korea, and they're early on in the stage, and man, we're looking forward to that. We've got no real strong plan, so if anyone wants to suggest places to go, somebody mentioned in the comments yesterday Rabbit Island, and if you Google it, have a little look, you'll see that there's an island in Japan that's just awash with rabbits, little furry sort of fluffy rabbits, not the wild type of rabbits, but little sort of pet rabbits. And you can walk through the streets, and you'll get maybe 200 or 300.
Only a small island.
It's only a small island, and I think they only introduced, I'm pre-telling you this, we should do it when we get to Japan, but I think they only introduced 4 rabbits maybe, or 4 or 5 rabbits some years back, and now there are many thousands of rabbits.
Canada.
Tammy, we're 100% coming to Canada, 100% coming, but probably not this year.
Just don't know when. It's on the list.
It's on the ever, I should say decreasing list, but our list keeps getting bigger. We want to come and spend 3 months. I have a nephew in Canada. I want to come and spend a good 3 months in Canada, or at least maybe meet up with Tammy, be cool. Not for YouTube purposes, just to say hi and, you know, do some stuff, maybe for the experience, for fun. I was saying to Michelle this morning with our YouTube channel, we're probably not as Vancouver, is it? Thomas lives in?
Yes, I think. We're not very good, are we?
We're terrible, Tammy, but I think he lives in Vancouver, though I forget, because he quite often works in the US. A lot of his work involves traveling into the US a great deal. He was here in Australia over Christmas time, and he's gone to New Zealand, and he's heading back to Canada. So I'm ready. That would be cool. I want to spend some time back in Mexico. I always want to spend time in Canada and the US. So, but I think that's going to be 2020, which is slightly better than my vision. So yes, that'd be good. So
Petri says, have you considered going to Shizuoka in Japan? Probably pronounced wrong. We haven't really planned anywhere.
Petra, we haven't planned anything yet. Michelle and I are the worst teenage delinquents. We don't think things through that well, because we've been traveling for 4 years, as you know. We would actually chalk us in 2020, Tammy. We'll go and do something. We've got to do something just for fun. You know, maybe we could meet up in Italy. That would be good if you ever go back again. I know you're always planning your next holidays. Where are you going next, Tammy? Where's your next exciting trip?
Mona's in. Hello, Steve and Michelle. How are you both?
Hey, Mona. So keep a lookout for the comments. Just read them, because I'm going to just hold the thing out a little bit further. I can't see the comments from back here, everyone, but Michelle is reading away.
So Tammy said, I'm probably going to Italy in May this year.
Oh wow. Well, in May this year we'll be in
a culinary tour.
Oh wow. You're going with Vincenzo? My buddy Vincenzo's doing a culinary tour. So yes, we are definitely going to Japan. Fukuoka is one of the places we know we're going. I definitely will be going to Tokyo. I know that will happen. That's a sort of given. But apart from that, we don't even know. We'll deal. We have 2 countries to go to before Japan, maybe 1, maybe 2, and so we haven't got 100%. We'll start planning Japan the weekend before we leave.
So Petri says, I'm kind of the same way. Shizuoka is known for green tea and some other stuff.
And we'll take all the recommendations on board. So if any of you have any ideas of places we want to go, that'll be cool. I mean, Japan is such a varied culture for such a small island. Or cluster of islands. There's so many interesting places to visit there, and things to do. and we're going to do them all. And I'm going to try to make the effort to share everything as well.
Yes.
You're just going to have to encourage me a little bit, because I often don't feel that anyone really wants to see us doing sort of mundane things, but they clearly do. There's a few of you out there that really enjoy it, so just bear with me. Do you know what it's like, Tammy? You go, if you go out. Tammy knows, she does a lot of videos, and she's done some stuff outside of the kitchen as well. How you?
So Mona says Yo-Yo and Steve would be an awesome collaborating.
It would be. So you go out and do something outside of the kitchen, and you wonder if people are really interested in what you're doing. Well, that's the way I always feel. So it's a lack of confidence, I guess. But we're going to, we've done a video today where we're out and about, and there was a little doggy that we had to help. So I'll put it up. If you enjoy it, let me know. If you don't let me know.
Straker says, hi Steve and Michelle, I think you overthink everyday life and vlogging. I'm in the States, New Hampshire, and it's wonderful to see how other friendships live. By the way, it's 2 degrees Fahrenheit here, minus 16 degrees.
Wow. And what does this look like, Straker? How gorgeous is that? I got the yellow shirt, the Steve's Kitchen Share the Love shirt, to actually go with the Jeep, which is now sold. So now this shirt will always remind me of the Jeep, I think, because it's the right sort of, it's the same sort of poppy colours.
Yeah, okay, just go the other way.
Oh, hello.
Hello. Just want to connect the hose up.
You're going to connect up? That's a big, how long is that? That's a fair old size.
I don't know. Long.
Ladies
It's
doing
long enough, I think, to do round all the bits.
Yeah.
That's cool.
How many volunteers are in today? There's quite a few by the looks of it.
There's probably between 20 and 30 in today.
Yeah.
We have 60 active ones.
Right.
But they come Monday or Tuesday normally.
Okay, so
The sheds are only open. You can come at any time.
Yes,
The
Yeah.
sheds are only open.
yes.
Yeah.
So,
So that's why it's more busy today, because it's Tuesday, isn't it?
Is it?
I think we like to get in before it gets too hot.
Yes, of course, it is going to be a warm one today.
It's going to be a warm one today, isn't it?
Yep.
I think
And
so.
I think Thursday and Friday it's really hot. So they've been knocked around a little bit, the hoses, but
I hope you don't mind me filming while you're chatting. We're just doing a little live stream on YouTube.
that's quite
And so it's volunteers. Some of the people are not in volunteer tabards. Is that because they've run out, or
usually, no, they're usually not volunteers if they don't have
maybe
their
they're just
vehicles.
wandering around
Wandering
like
through.
us?
We like to see people use the gardens.
We always come here, and it's sometimes, I think the last time I filmed here, it was all green. You know, there was not so many roses around. And
Yes.
so, is it coming to the end of the season now?
October, November is our best times.
Yes.
Coming into December, and then they die back and have a second flush.
Yeah.
Coming into January, February, and then by May, most of them have sort of finished flowering strongly, but there's still flowers around. But July, August, September
See-
is when we prune in July.
Yeah. Are we topsy-turvy from the rest of the world? Would we be the other way round? I guess seasonally we would, wouldn't we?
We'd have to be, wouldn't
Yeah.
we? Yeah.
Because I see everyone's sort of deadheading and pruning today, and
Yes,
Yeah.
We've had a lot of hot weather, so there's a lot of deadheading.
yeah,
They don't last as long when the
No.
sun's when it's 40 degrees.
it gets
but
pretty dry, doesn't
yeah,
it?
we get a lot of leaf litter and things like that. But yeah, there's always something to do. You get given a bed to look after.
Oh, that's
the
nice.
rotunda is mine.
Oh, you're the rotunda.
Yes.
Oh, well done you.
And we,
This is the rotunda, everybody. This is like a bandstand in the middle. Look, it's like a bandstand. It's beautiful. Oh,
yeah, that'd be beautiful.
you must be very special getting the rotunda.
I don't know, or silly maybe.
What is your name? Jill.
Yeah.
This is Jill. She actually has got this beautiful rotunda to look after.
I do get some shade. What I don't get is the water. I'm not on the reticulated
Oh,
thing, so I do
you've
have
got-
to water.
you've got to water. So yeah, that's swings and roundabouts.
No, look, it's lovely because we raise.
Isn't Jill lovely? I mean,
Yes, it's all volunteer.
everybody that's working here, and there's about 30 today, they're all volunteers. I mean, they've got some lovely facilities here. There's sheds, they have tea rooms up here.
Even people who just come and visit the gardens, and people in chat, so it's nice.
It is
Yo, yo.
nice, it's nice. And we have dinners and we have.
I'll say hello in a
breakfasts
minute,
and
Tammy.
tea and,
I will.
we do the Bunnings sausage sizzle, which
Oh,
we
yes.
just had last Friday. We've got another one coming up, so we raise the money to keep the garden.
You do the
going.
sausage sizzle at Bunnings.
I did, yeah, we did. We did a help, I did.
Tammy's saying hi from Canada. That's Yo-Yo Max on YouTube.
Hi, Tammy. Is it cold over there?
Yes, everyone's saying it's very cold.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, someone said it was
opposite.
minus 16.
That is very cold.
There's possibly some.
Yeah, we don't get down much below minus.
No, particularly here, we very rarely hit the minuses, do we?
No, around the bay is much.
Mona's saying hi as well, Jill. You're very popular.
Yes, yes, great job, ladies.
Hi, nice to meet
minus-
someone.
Minus 21 in Canada.
21 degrees C, she's
Come
saying.
to Australia.
Come to
Look at us,
Australia.
Look at us. Yeah. Like
Tammy's
this every day, isn't it?
yeah.
All the time.
Tammy's going to Italy in May, so she'll get a bit of warmth then, won't she?
Tammy, I visited Calabria last year with my Italian teacher
Did
and
you?
her family, and stayed in Calabria with her family. Fantastic trip.
Beautiful there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I think Tammy, did you go? Tammy, I think you went to Calabria. Did you go with Max when you went last time? Anyway, I know she can't answer because we're talking to a screen. But I've got a
Yeah,
feeling
it's off
Tammy
the
was in
tourist-
Calabria. Yeah.
Off the tourist trail, which is what I like.
Yeah.
And,
Which towns do you remember? Which?
I was at Soberato, but I stayed in a little village called Satriano, where my teacher's family come from.
Oh, how
So we
lovely.
lived with them.
Lovely to be with an Italian family and
Yes,
experience it that way.
yes, and io non parlo bene italiano.
Oh.
Yeah, muy
Capisco,
bene.
yeah.
Very good, very good.
So have a great time, Tammy.
Yes,
Well,
she will,
says
I'm sure.
Australia is on her bucket list, so she will get here.
Yes.
Florence and Rome. I remember Tammy was was it in Naples as well? I thought you went to Naples as well,
Also
Tammy.
maybe that Amalfi Coast.
Yes,
Yes,
possibly.
yes,
Michelle,
yes.
Michelle and I were in Sicily, so we're about the same time.
Yes.
Did you visit Tropea?
No,
No,
we
no.
didn't.
Tropea is just the Italian side of Sicily.
Oh
just
no,
on
we
that-
were in San Giovanni, which is
That's right.
where we stopped before we got the boat over. But
Right.
Tropea, no, we missed it. So
It's
there's a
beautiful.
so we've got to go back.
You go-
There's always a reason to go back. It's good, isn't it?
It's always a reason. Always.
Jill, we'll let you get on and
Yes,
do your
I'll-
work. It's been lovely to meet you.
They need a different connection.
It's not the wrong connector.
You've got the wrong connector. So Jill, see you later. See you again. So Jill takes care of this. I was in here to start with, but you get this echo in here. So I thought it was Jill's lovely, isn't she? So I thought it was a bit too echoey, but I was in here, and she was Jill was working over here when I arrived. She was deadheading these pretty pink roses behind me. How nice is that?
It's nice that they get a bed to look after, so they sort of
So
nurture
yeah.
that bed. That's
Yeah,
quite cool, isn't it?
I think she's lucky to. Well, I'm sure she doesn't. She doesn't mind where she works, but I mean, it's quite nice to have this beautiful bandstand in the centre, or the atrium. How pretty is that? So it was nice. I will have a little chat with her later and pass on any messages. Lovely to meet Jill. There are a lot of others. You know what I'm like. I chat to everybody, but the problem is, I'm trying to pay attention to the comments, but it's always nice when we get to meet someone. So this is the sort of thing, like when I met John in yesterday's vlog, and I never met the guy before, but I saw his bike in the driveway, and I just thought I'd go up and have a chat. And then today we were out, or part of it was yesterday. We did film a little bit over today and yesterday, and we did a bit of a dog rescue with a lady who, I'll explain it in the video. You'll have to wait and see. It was kind of funny. So I'm trying to get a little B-roll.
Tammy says, I'm sitting in my kitchen in the middle of winter in Canada with people in a rose garden in Australia.
How-
I love the internet so much.
Beautiful, Tammy, isn't it amazing? It's amazing. And as Jill was telling me about the seasonal, I hope it picked up on the microphone when the seasonal variations of the flowers and when they're in bloom. I thought to myself as she was saying it, this is going to be completely topsy-turvy, because everyone in the northern hemisphere, they're going to have their seasons completely the other way around. How are you? Enjoying the weather? No? Too warm?
Enjoyed it this morning. It was,
I've met this gentleman before. He probably won't remember.
no,
But,
I don't.
I remember you were in the sheds one time when I came down.
Oh,
I'm
were
pretty
you?
sure, yeah.
Am I on film?
Oh, do you mind?
No, I might
Put
break
your
the lens,
beautiful,
that's all.
side on. Let me just see which way you look best.
Oh,
Yeah,
no
that's
way.
about right.
Yeah, no way. Are you just talking to someone?
Just on live on YouTube. We're just doing a little.
YouTube?
Yeah, we're just doing a live
It's not on there,
stream.
is it?
Yeah, it is. Why you
Who are you hiding from? Who are you hiding from?
skipping work? He is skipping work, and now Oh, it'll be all in the US and things. People will be watching and around Europe and all. From Melbourne, but we just I like I like to come up to the do you mind me? Shall I turn around to you? Turn around. I like to come up to the Rose Gardens first. It's so pretty up there.
Yeah, it is.
And Mum lives just over here. So
Does she volunteer?
no, but I could have a word with her.
Yes, he's
Are you,
recruiting.
are you
he's
actively
recruiting.
still looking for
Oh,
volunteers?
yeah, we're
Always?
20 volunteers short.
I'll have a chat with her.
So we're always struggling to get volunteers.
I'll have a chat. I mean, a lot of the Lions come. Are there people from the Lions?
No,
and
they donate
busy with their other
money,
things.
but they don't really do
Don't
any
get-
labour.
They're not down in the
So,
trenches. Come on, everybody.
Yeah, we like to get locals to come and help out, and it's just a couple of hours a week. And you get your own rose bed.
That's what
so
Jill was saying. We
yeah,
advocated
each
a rose
person
bed.
gets their own rose bed, and you look after it from then on.
Yeah.
And as I said, there's 20 rose beds that currently we don't have anyone to look after, so
Oh,
that means
being
it
neglected.
falls back to everyone else to
Okay, so 20
do that. Yeah.
orphaned.
So one of them's the one
Rose
just in front of
beds.
you here,
All right,
the
yes.
low-growing one,
Yes.
and in fact the one on the right as well is another one.
So just this one here?
Yeah, the
white?
one straight in front, the white
Yeah.
one. So no one likes that because we're an ageing group
Okay.
and we can't get down.
Ah,
So you need some youngsters down there who
We
don't
need
mind.
some
I mean,
little
youngsters.
kids to run through
Yeah.
Or
with
even-
a pair of garden shears. Yeah, so it's becoming a fairly big problem for us because even if you get volunteers, a lot of them have back problems and that, so they can only work on the beds that are fairly high.
Yes.
So if anybody watches this later on and is from
Come down.
Mornington or even anywhere around the sort of peninsula of Mornington, you could always come down, couldn't you?
You can come down, have a cup of tea, and we'll have a chat. And you can even help with the natives because we're after people to help with the native plants as well.
I always pop up to see how the didgeridoos are going because they're growing quite well, haven't
Oh,
they?
yes, they are. Yeah. Yes, they are. I think I'll go. Well, very nice to meet you.
Yeah,
I
me
hope you
too.
enjoy
Yeah.
our beautiful garden.
What was your name?
Jeff.
Jeff.
Yeah, I'm
So-
the head gardener.
Jeff is the head gardener.
Yeah.
So would they get in touch with you, Jeff, if they want?
No, if you visit our website, Mornington Botanical Rose Gardens, there's a phone number that'll get you through to our president.
All right.
Or you can just email me or message me on Facebook.
And imagine, I suppose coming early mornings is quite nice. You can get out
It
when the
is,
sun's
yeah.
up.
Most people get here between
Before the
8 and
sun's up.
8:30
Yeah.
and leave about lunchtime as the heat starts to come out. And we're open. Most volunteers come Monday and Tuesday, but you can
Yeah.
come any time. It's just that our shed's open.
Oh, well, I'll have a word. My sister's here as well. I'll have a word with Mum and some of the neighbours. And see whether
The
they're-
more we can get, the better.
Yeah, they all
Okay,
love the
thank you very
gardening.
much.
Nice talking
Nice to
you.
meet you. Take care.
So Boda says Aussies are way more chilled than Americans, even though it's burning hot in AU.
Everyone's chilled in Australia. We're all chilled. So, yeah, these poor little orphan beds here. Just turn round.
You must adopt one, Steve.
Oh, if I was here, I'd probably come. I mean, you don't need a lot of time, but this little bed here, let me just get a quick slurp of water. You can see where Michelle is. They're low flower beds. This one and this one. So I think what the problem is none of the volunteers really, so probably Jeff is having to do these.
He said
Was
they-
Jeff, was it?
Well, yes.
Sorry,
yes.
I'm terrible with names.
But because these are low, people have to get quite low down to attend to them.
A lot of people that can volunteer often are retired or possibly maybe they're, or different reason. Ahmed, how are you? So, and they can't get down to these flower beds or they've got back problems, so they don't want to. So, so all of the volunteers, and they're 20 short at the moment, sort of chip in and do a little bit of these orphan gardens. But if you know, it would be a great project. I'll certainly have a word with my mother and her group of friends here and see if anybody, and at least let them know. 'Cause what a nice start to maybe a couple of days a week coming down here. All the facilities, they've got a lovely club room over here, tea and coffee. I suspect there's a fair few cakes that make their way down. And it's summer in New Zealand also. Yes, it's summer in New Zealand as well, Boda.
And Petri wants, is that really a thing, the didgeridoo plant, or are you pulling my leg?
Did you notice how Jeff walked away when I started being silly? He's like, oh.
It's a sculpture.
It's a sculpture, but I always take the mickey because they're growing. They're planted basically in that flower garden. I always think they might grow a little bit because they are plants. They are cut from tree stock. So, you know, there's a chance they could reboot. Wouldn't it be funny if I came here one year and it just started to sprout? No, they're well-seasoned wood. So it is summer in the whole of the southern hemisphere. I'll get Michelle to flick through the questions in case we missed any whilst we were chatting with Jill and Jeff. Did I get his name right? Jeff? I'm terrible with names.
Jeff.
I'm just getting everyone else to double check for me, Michelle. Now look at this. You know, sometimes you forget when you're looking at the roses, the pretty little trees that are growing here. I love this. This is not a eucalypt. This is almost, it probably says. Yeah, I'll tell you exactly what it is. It's a claret ash tree. You want to have a little look? If you don't trust me, I know you trust me. It's a claret ash tree donated in 2008 by Ken Sims and William Ralph. It's a pretty little tree. It's not just about the roses. There's a lot of other plantings here.
They need somebody to look after the natives, the indigenous, you know, the native plants. They've got a native fence.
I got a green thumb for gardening. I like my, how can I put this? I like my plants to be edible. When we had a big garden, we had almost like a farm before. Everything I used to plant was edible, or in some way producing something that we could eat. So I'm one of these, I love roses and I love the smells that come from them, but I wouldn't probably be planting roses. Do you know what I mean? I don't know if anyone else sort of feels along with that, because although they are edible, they're more of a garnish. And hey, Mr. Old Clunker, how are you?
And Angeli's in. Hello, and a very bright.
Oh, Angeli.
Stephen Michelle, beautiful theme, loved it.
Angeli, look at this gorgeous rose garden. If you get a chance to watch the video back through later on, you'll be able to see Jill, one of the volunteers here. She's charming, lovely lady. You'll be able to meet Jeff and find out a little bit more about the rose garden and how it operates. I have already got a thorn in my finger. You got one as well?
Yeah.
If you work in rose gardens, you're going to get little pricks in your fingers. It's always going to happen. I'll probably fall asleep later on, like Sleeping Beauty. And some princess will have to come along and wake me. Might. She might. She might.
We could always organise a virtual group to prune the roses, couldn't we?
A virtual, no. They want real volunteers. It's a lovely place. And there's great facilities. See this pond? I don't know if you can see it probably through the trees here. There's a pond here, and around that pond is a skate park for kids and a play park for little children. So, and just a little bit further over the other side of those trees there is a dog walking park. So they don't let dogs in here, and it's a good thing. There's not football all over the place, but there's a beautiful sort of park, and it's a big park just over here where dogs can just walk and enjoy themselves. And this, if any of you care to know, is on the Mornington Peninsula, and you can always Google it, Mornington Rose Gardens. I think it's something along those lines. Anything else we had to chat about? Really, just about that we've sold the Jeep. We actually amazingly sold it so quickly. We still got it, and we'll still have it for about a week before it's picked up, because you have to get roadworthy certificate and paperwork and the likes, even though it's virtually new. And then we are slowly planning this trip. We're really looking forward to Japan. Keep those suggestions coming. Even other places. We'll definitely be going to South Korea, and there is a really cool place we're going before either one of those two countries, and that is what we're planning at the moment. How long it'll take, we'll try and film a little bit more around the beautiful area of Mornington and Melbourne whilst we're here. But how long it'll take before we actually be overseas, you will know as I know. I'm going to try and keep these vlogs up to date as well. So what you watched yesterday on Steve's Kitchen was actually virtually filmed the day before. All right. So.
Yes, we're excited too.
We are excited. It's just, unfortunately, Michelle and I are infected with a travel bug. Our whole lives we've travelled. We love doing it, and the fact that you wonderful people out there are able to come along and join us is just makes it more exciting for us. So anyway, share the love, share this video, and I'm walking around with "Share the Love" written on my t-shirt all the time. I don't know what people think. Anyway, share the love, share this video, and we will see you very shortly. Take night. Good morning, Petra.
Bye, everybody.
Bye bye, everyone. We've got to go and film some B-roll.